North Korea held a launch ceremony for a new 5,000-ton destroyer, but there was a major accident where the ship couldn't be properly launched and got severely damaged.
In North Korea, a new 5,000-ton warship failed to launch after an accident, prompting a rare public scolding from leader Kim Jong-Un.
North Korea has detained 4 officials over the failed launch of its second naval destroyer, an incident that leader Kim Jong-un has called a result of criminal negligence.
North Korea's state media says 3 officials have been arrested over the last week's major accident involving the failed launch of a new warship.
It is reported that Kim Jong-un has ordered the damaged ship to be restored by the plenary meeting of the Central Committee of the party next month.
This is the moment North Korea's military propaganda machine crashed into reality. Satellite images captured what Kim Jong-un never wanted the world to see: his brand new 5,000-ton destroyer lying on its side at the Chongjin shipyard in North Korea's northeast during what should have been a triumphant launch ceremony. While Pyongyang's state media claimed only minor scratches occurred, independent analysis confirmed serious hull damage and flooding in the engine room. The warship, designed to project North Korean naval power across the seas, instead became an international embarrassment visible from space. 3 senior shipyard officials have already been arrested, but this incident reveals something far more troubling about the regime's military capabilities and the carefully orchestrated displays meant to showcase their strength. What happens when a regime's most carefully orchestrated military display becomes visible evidence of incompetence from space? The answer lies in the wreckage of North Korea's latest naval ambitions, captured in stark detail by commercial satellites that transformed a propaganda victory into an international intelligence windfall. The Chongjin shipyard ceremony represented months of meticulous planning by North Korean military officials. State media had positioned this destroyer launch as a demonstration of the regime's advancing naval capabilities, designed to project maritime strength to both domestic audiences and international observers. The event followed established North Korean protocol for military unveilings, extensive security preparations, carefully choreographed media coverage, and strategic timing to maximize propaganda impact. Military bands prepared ceremonial music while officials rehearsed speeches celebrating the nation's technological achievements.
The catastrophic launch that shattered military propaganda.
The reality documented by satellite imagery revealed a catastrophic departure from these orchestrated plans. Commercial satellites captured the destroyer with a pronounced list, its hull partially submerged in the shallow waters of the launch basin. The vessel's unnatural positioning indicated immediate structural failure, contradicting any notion of a controlled launch sequence. South Korean analyst Lee Il-woo reported that the engine room was likely flooded, with holes visible in the hull indicating serious structural damage rather than superficial scratches. Tugboats and support vessels surrounded the crippled destroyer, their positioning indicating active emergency response operations rather than ceremonial escort duties. Heavy machinery appeared on the adjacent pier, suggesting preparations for potential salvage operations that would require significant engineering resources. The technical causes of this catastrophic failure stemmed from fundamental errors in naval engineering. Launching such a heavily armed warship sideways represents an amateur approach typically reserved for cargo vessels, not military destroyers. The destroyer's weapons load exceeded the vessel's stability parameters, creating dangerous listing conditions that overwhelm the ship's ability to maintain proper orientation in the water. Engineering miscalculations regarding the vessel's center of gravity combined with inadequate ballast management to create the perfect conditions for partial sinking during what should have been a routine launch procedure. North Korean state media maintained complete silence about the incident for 48 hours following the failed launch, while the regime imposed restricted access around the entire Chongjin shipyard complex to contain the fallout. This unprecedented information blackout occurred while international intelligence agencies conducted detailed analysis of the satellite imagery, creating a narrative vacuum that the regime struggled to fill. Previous military demonstrations had generated immediate state media coverage celebrating technological achievements, making this silence particularly conspicuous to foreign observers. The destroyer's failure exposed fundamental flaws in North Korean military-industrial capabilities that extended beyond this single vessel. Technical analysis suggested systematic problems with naval engineering practices, quality control procedures, and construction oversight mechanisms. These deficiencies indicated broader challenges facing North Korea's naval modernization program, potentially affecting multiple vessels under construction using similar methods and materials. For those responsible, the consequences would prove swift and severe.
Swift justice and the price of military failure.
Within 3 days of the incident, Kim Jong-un's response demonstrated the regime's urgent damage control measures. His reaction was characterized by harsh statements and a promise to arrest those responsible, which he labeled an act of anger and unforgivable crime. This immediate condemnation revealed the existential stakes facing military officials when technical failures occur under the leader's direct observation. Kim Jong-un has established a documented pattern of severe punishment for military and technical failures throughout his reign. Previous incidents involving missile test failures and nuclear program setbacks have consistently resulted in purges and executions of responsible officials, creating a culture where mistakes carry existential consequences for military personnel. The regime's intolerance for failure stems from its foundational requirement to project infallibility and technological superiority to both domestic and international audiences. The internal investigation process began immediately following the destroyer's partial sinking, with Kim Jong-un's personal attendance at the failed ceremony amplifying the political stakes exponentially. His physical presence at the disaster transformed what might have been a contained technical failure into a direct challenge to his authority and the regime's credibility. Intelligence sources indicate that emergency meetings commenced within hours of the incident, with military officials scrambling to assign responsibility and develop explanations that would satisfy the leader's demands for accountability. The arrest sequence unfolded with remarkable speed as 3 specific officials at the Cheongjin shipyard were detained. The chief engineer who oversaw the destroyer's construction faced immediate detention for technical oversight failures. The head of the construction workshop responsible for launch preparations was arrested for procedural violations that contributed to the disaster. The deputy administrative director managing oversight was detained for systemic failures in project management and resource allocation. These arrests targeted multiple levels of the shipyard hierarchy, ensuring comprehensive responsibility assignment throughout the military structure. The strategic nature of these arrests served dual purposes beyond simple accountability. Technical expertise and administrative accountability became focal points for demonstrating the regime's commitment to identifying and eliminating incompetence that damages state prestige. The arrests functioned as genuine accountability measures for technical failures, while simultaneously providing public demonstration of the regime's intolerance for mistakes that embarrass the leadership. This calculated response aimed to restore confidence in military capabilities, while deterring future failures through visible consequences. These arrests create broader implications for North Korean military personnel that extend far beyond the immediate incident. Increased pressure and fear now permeate military research and development programs, potentially hindering future innovation and honest reporting of technical challenges. Engineers and project managers face impossible choices between acknowledging technical limitations and risking severe punishment for admitting potential failures. The 3 high-ranking naval officials represented different aspects of the comprehensive failure that created the perfect storm for disaster. Their combined responsibilities encompass technical design, construction execution, and administrative oversight, revealing how multiple systemic failures converged to produce this unprecedented military embarrassment. Yet beyond the immediate consequences for those involved, this visible failure has created an unprecedented opportunity for external analysis of North Korean capabilities.
Intelligence, goldmine. What the failure reveals about naval capabilities.
For international intelligence agencies, this embarrassing failure has become an unexpected treasure trove of classified information about the regime's true military capabilities. The destroyer's partial sinking created a unique intelligence opportunity that transcends typical espionage methods, providing concrete visual evidence of technical limitations that analysts can examine through satellite imagery. North Korea's extreme secrecy typically prevents accurate assessment of their military programs, creating intelligence gaps that force allied nations to rely on speculation and incomplete data. The regime's closed society restricts foreign observation of military facilities, while propaganda presentations offer carefully curated information designed to project strength rather than reveal actual capabilities. This visible failure represents an unprecedented intelligence opportunity for allied nations, eliminating the usual barriers that protect North Korean military secrets from foreign scrutiny. The regime's projected naval ambitions contrast sharply with the technical realities exposed by this incident, revealing significant gaps between propaganda narratives and actual engineering capabilities. North Korea has consistently promoted its naval modernization program as evidence of technological advancement and military prowess, claiming the ability to construct sophisticated warships capable of challenging regional naval powers. The destroyer's failure during launch ceremonies directly contradicts these claims, exposing vulnerabilities that undermine the regime's carefully constructed military narrative. Satellite analysis has revealed specific technical deficiencies that extend far beyond surface-level construction problems. Intelligence agencies identified substandard steel quality issues that compromise the vessel's structural integrity under stress conditions. Improper weight distribution from heavy armaments became apparent through the ship's ballast management failures during launch. The destroyer's reliance on outdated Russian naval technology, including air defense radar systems and propulsion components, suggest continued dependence on foreign suppliers despite international sanctions targeting military cooperation. These revelations carry broader implications for North Korea's entire naval modernization program. This failure raises questions about other destroyers and submarines under construction with similar methods, potentially undermining Pyongyang's Blue Water Fleet ambitions. The systematic nature of the technical failures suggests widespread quality control problems affecting the regime's shipbuilding industry. Analysts are now revising North Korea's naval threat assessment downwards based on documented engineering flaws. The South Korean Joint Chiefs of Staff have downgraded threat projections after reviewing the launch failure imagery, suspecting Russian assistance in construction, but recognizing the accident's impact on actual capabilities. Previous intelligence estimates may have overestimated North Korean naval capabilities based on propaganda presentations rather than actual technical performance under operational conditions. The strategic ramifications for regional security planning are substantial, as allied nations now possess concrete evidence of North Korean naval limitations that can inform defense strategies. Military planners can adjust threat assessments based on documented technical failures rather than speculative capabilities. This intelligence windfall affects diplomatic negotiations by providing leverage for international sanctions and arms control discussions with concrete evidence of program failures that will reshape how the world views North Korean military strength. This single incident has fundamentally altered international understanding of North Korean military capabilities, transforming perceived naval threats into exposed vulnerabilities that will influence regional security calculations for years. The destroyer's failure has exposed the regime's propaganda machine, revealed critical technical shortcomings in naval construction, and demonstrated the industrial inadequacies behind carefully orchestrated military displays. North Korea will likely seek Russian or Chinese assistance to rebuild its naval program, creating a paradox where this failure may increase regional tensions, while simultaneously revealing the regime's technological dependence on foreign support despite international sanctions. The satellite imagery represents a new era where secretive regimes cannot hide their limitations from space-based surveillance, ensuring future North Korean military claims face greater scrutiny from the international community.